Liam cross-wiped the sweat from his brow as he climbed over twisted metal and scorched panels inside the derelict spaceship. The air smelled of burned circuits and stale fuel, and the dim light from broken panels flickered across the wreckage. He had been called here to salvage parts, but the silence felt wrong. The ship was supposed to be abandoned, yet something stirred in the shadows. As he moved carefully, his foot nudged a small piece of debris, making a sharp clatter. From the corner of his eye, Liam saw movement, a tiny figure huddled in the dark. He froze. The shape was small, no taller than a human child, but it wasn't human. Scales shimmered faintly under the broken lights, and delicate wings were folded tightly against its back. The creature trembled, curling into itself, eyes wide and glowing softly with fear. Liam lowered his hand slowly, speaking in a calm voice. "Hey, it's okay. I'm not going to hurt you." The dragon girl flinched at his words, her tail curling protectively around her body. Liam took a cautious step closer, trying to look smaller and less threatening. "I'm just here to help," he whispered. His tools clinked softly in his belt, but he kept them at his side, away from the creature. The dragon girl didn't respond at first. Her eyes darted to every shadow, her small claws gripping the metal floor. She was terrified and Liam could see it. He crouched down slowly, keeping his gaze gentle. "You don't have to be afraid," he said. "I just want to know if you're hurt." For a long moment there was only silence. Then a faint whimper escaped her throat. Liam's heart tightened. He had seen injured creatures before, but nothing like this. Her body was small and frail, her scales scratched and dull, and her wings looked like they had been damaged. He carefully scanned the area around her, spotting faint scorch marks on the walls and floor. Whatever had happened here had left her alone, scared and in pain. He reached into his pack slowly, pulling out a small portion of nutrient gel. "Here, you can try this if you're hungry," he said, setting it on the floor a few feet away. The dragon girl froze, then tilted her head slightly, sniffing the air. Her glowing eyes flicked between the food and Liam, a silent question in her gaze. Liam sat down cross-legged, keeping his movements deliberate and slow. "It's okay. I won't make you eat if you don't want to," he said softly. After what felt like hours, the little dragon took a trembling step forward, sniffed the gel and then backed away quickly. She was curious but still scared. Liam smiled gently. "Good. That's a start," he said. He waited patiently, letting her approach at her own pace. Slowly she stepped closer again, sniffed and finally tasted a small portion. Liam didn't move or make any sudden gestures. The creature ate cautiously, still keeping her distance. As she ate, Liam examined her more closely. Her wings were underdeveloped, with tiny tears in the membranes. Her tail had a small scar and her claws were chipped. She had obviously been through something terrible. Liam's mind raced. She was alone, lost, and had nothing but fear. Most people would have left her here, afraid of a creature they didn't understand. But not Liam. He felt a deep pull, a need to help. "Hey, can I touch you?" he asked softly, holding out his hand slowly. The dragon girl flinched but didn't move away. Liam let his hand hover near her for a few moments, then retracted it, letting her set the pace. She sniffed the air again, watching him carefully. Liam nodded, understanding that trust had to be earned. "We'll take this slow. Step by step," he said. The hours passed with careful movements, quiet words and small gestures. Liam cleared some debris from around her, creating a small safe space. He cleaned a minor scratch on her arm with a damp cloth, speaking gently all the while. The dragon girl flinched at first but then stayed still, letting him work. For the first time since he found her, her trembling eased slightly. By evening, Liam had managed to coax her to sit closer. He offered more nutrient gel and some water, and she ate cautiously. The little dragon's eyes followed him, watching every movement. Liam realized she was intelligent, far beyond what he had expected. Her head tilted as he spoke, her ears flicked, and she responded to tone and gesture. It wasn't just fear keeping her cautious, it was understanding. Night fell and the ship groaned in the wind, metal creaking. Liam built a small sleeping area from spare panels and soft materials, giving the dragon girl space while remaining nearby. He whispered, "You're safe. I'll stay until you rest." For a long time she only watched him, glowing eyes flickering in the dim light. Finally she curled slightly, tucking her wings close and lowering her head. Liam smiled, feeling a small victory. She was beginning to trust him. During the quiet hours, Liam thought about what he had found. A dragon girl, alone, scared, and in need of care. Most humans would run and most aliens would avoid her. But he couldn't. He had a chance to change her life, to show her that not all beings meant harm. And maybe, just maybe, she could change his life too. By morning, the little dragon girl had moved a few steps closer to him. She even allowed him to gently brush a hand along her back, a small but meaningful gesture. Liam chuckled softly. "Good morning. You're braver than you think," he said. She tilted her head in response as if understanding. The bond was fragile, but it was there. Evan's heart, well, Liam's heart, felt a mix of awe and responsibility. He knew the road ahead would be dangerous. Alien hunters, other threats, and the challenges of helping a dragon girl adapt to the galaxy would test them both. But for now, in the quiet wreckage of a broken ship, a human and a lost dragon girl had found each other. And in that discovery, everything changed. Liam packed up some supplies, preparing for their first steps together. He spoke softly, "We'll get you somewhere safe. Step by step, okay?" The little dragon girl gave a low, hesitant rumble, a sound almost like agreement. For the first time since he found her, Liam felt hope, not just for her but for both of them. Above them, the wrecked spaceship loomed, silent and dark. Outside, the twin suns of the planet rose, casting long shadows. The galaxy was dangerous, but a small, frightened dragon girl and a human mechanic were now together. And whatever came next, they would face it as a team. The morning light filtered through the broken panels of the spaceship, casting long, thin shadows across the wreckage. Liam Cross carefully checked the little dragon girl. She had moved slightly closer during the night, resting near the small pile of supplies he had prepared. Her scales had a faint glow, and her tiny wings twitched occasionally, like she was dreaming. Liam knelt a few feet away, speaking softly. "Good morning. Ready for some breakfast?" The dragon girl flinched at his voice but did not run. Liam smiled gently. He took a small portion of nutrient gel from his pack and placed it on the floor, stepping back. The dragon girl watched him carefully, her golden eyes wide with curiosity and fear. After a long moment, she approached slowly and took a small bite. Liam remained still, giving her space. He realized that trust would not come all at once. It had to be earned patiently, step by step. Over the next few hours, Liam began cleaning small scratches and bruises she had from the wreck. He worked slowly, speaking softly. "This won't hurt. Just a little cleaning," he said. The dragon girl flinched when he moved close, but after a few careful gestures, she stayed still long enough for him to finish. Liam nodded to himself. Small victories mattered. Every flinch avoided, every calm breath taken was progress. To encourage trust further, Liam began introducing small routines. He clapped softly to get her attention and tapped gently on a panel. The dragon girl tilted her head, watching. When he placed a small toy-like device on the floor, she cautiously approached, sniffing it. Liam praised her softly when she touched it. "Good job. You're learning it's safe." Slowly she began to respond not just to his voice, but to his gestures, realizing he was not a threat. By midday, Liam noticed she was watching his every movement. When he reached into his pack for food, she would tilt her head, anticipating what he was about to do. When he adjusted a loose panel near the floor, she moved slightly as if understanding the purpose. Liam smiled. "You're smarter than I thought," he whispered. The dragon girl gave a low rumble, almost like agreement, and for the first time, Liam felt they were beginning to communicate without words. Liam also began to create small safe spaces for her to explore. Using fallen beams and panels, he built little pathways and corners where she could move freely without feeling trapped. The dragon girl began to creep through these areas cautiously, testing her wings and claws. Each success was celebrated with a small piece of food or a gentle word. She seemed to understand that he was not controlling her. He was helping her regain her confidence. As the day went on, Liam noticed small gestures of trust from the dragon girl. She allowed him to brush a hand along her back to check her scales, though she trembled slightly. When he gently touched her tiny wings to inspect for tears, she stayed still, letting him work. Liam realized that patience was paying off. She was learning that he was not a threat, that his presence meant safety and care. By evening, Liam attempted a new method to strengthen their bond. He placed 2 nutrient packs a short distance apart and stepped back. The dragon girl looked uncertain but eventually moved between the packs, testing her balance and coordination. Each movement earned her soft praise and a gentle pat on the head. She began to respond to his gestures, moving when he signaled and stopping when he clapped lightly. Liam realized that she was beginning to understand cooperation, something few had ever attempted with her species. The alien sky darkened, stars appearing faintly through the broken ceiling of the ship. Liam built a small resting area with soft scraps of fabric and panels, leaving space for the dragon girl to curl up comfortably. She approached hesitantly but allowed him to stay nearby. Liam spoke softly, "You're safe here. I won't leave." She curled slightly, tucking her wings close, her eyes glowing softly. Liam smiled, feeling a deep sense of accomplishment. Trust, fragile and delicate, had begun to form. Over the next few days, Liam continued his routines. Meals, gentle cleaning, small exercises, and patient words created a rhythm that the dragon girl began to anticipate. She learned to respond to his cues, following him when he moved, coming closer when he called softly, and even initiating gestures herself, like nudging his hand for more food. Liam realized that they were no longer just mechanic and injured creature, they were partners. Liam also introduced small games to encourage her intelligence and curiosity. He hid a nutrient gel under a small panel and clapped when she found it. At first she was hesitant, but gradually she began to seek out the hidden treats, using her instincts and intelligence. Each success strengthened her confidence and deepened their bond. Liam realized that humans had a unique edge in forming trust, combining patience, empathy, and cleverness. By the end of the week, the dragon girl began to follow Liam without hesitation. She allowed him to touch her wings and back without fear, and she started responding to simple gestures for direction. She even tested her wings slightly, flapping cautiously under his supervision. Liam cheered softly. "That's it. You're learning to trust yourself too," he whispered. The dragon girl gave a low rumble, a sound Liam interpreted as joy and pride. One quiet night as they rested, Liam noticed the dragon girl watching him intently. She nudged his hand lightly, a small but clear gesture of trust. He smiled and whispered, "I've got you. Always." She curled closer, a sign that the bond had grown beyond survival. She was learning to rely on him emotionally, not just for food and safety. Liam realized that this fragile trust could become something strong enough to withstand any challenge. The story of the dragon girl and Liam was no longer just about fear or survival. It was about connection, understanding, and patience. Each small victory, each gesture of trust, and every shared moment had brought them closer. Liam knew that the days ahead would be difficult. The galaxy was dangerous and threats would appear, but he was confident. Together, they had begun a bond that could not easily be broken. By the morning light, the dragon girl stood near him, stretching her tiny wings and looking at him with glowing eyes that held curiosity instead of fear. Liam packed a small satchel with supplies and whispered, "Today we take the next step. Step by step we'll face the world together." The dragon girl tilted her head, a quiet signal of understanding and trust. For the first time since he found her, Liam felt hope, not just for her but for both of them. Outside the wrecked spaceship the galaxy waited, vast, dangerous and full of unknowns. But in the quiet space of their growing bond, a human mechanic and a lost dragon girl had found something extraordinary: trust, courage, and the first spark of friendship that could change everything. The morning air was thick with tension as Liam cross-packed his tools and prepared a small bag of supplies. The little dragon girl followed him cautiously, her small wings twitching with nervous energy. She had grown stronger and more confident over the past days, but Liam knew that danger could appear at any moment. The galaxy was full of hunters and scavengers who would not hesitate to take her. As they stepped out of the wrecked spaceship, Liam noticed movement on the horizon. Alien scouts were approaching, moving quickly across the rocky terrain. Their ships were small but fast, carrying advanced nets and weapons designed to capture rare creatures. Liam's heart raced. He had hoped they would not find them so soon. He knelt beside the dragon girl and whispered, "Stay close to me. We can handle this." She pressed her head against his shoulder, a silent sign of trust. The scouts landed and a group of aliens stepped out, their glowing eyes scanning the area. "There," one shouted. "The creature is here. Capture it alive." Liam glanced around quickly, calculating his options. The rocky terrain offered some natural cover, and the wreckage could be used to set traps. He knew he had to protect the dragon girl but also keep her calm. Fear could make her reckless and that would be dangerous. Liam motioned for her to follow him to a narrow canyon nearby. The dragon girl hesitated but obeyed. She trusted him now and that trust could make all the difference. Liam quickly set small improvised traps using rocks and metal scraps from the wreck. A few falling boulders here, a tripwire there, enough to slow the aliens but not harm them. The dragon girl watched intently, learning from his movements. The first scout approached cautiously, net ready. Liam clapped sharply to get her attention. She understood instantly. With a deep rumble, she leapt forward, swiping the scout with surprising speed. The alien stumbled back, surprised by her power and precision. Liam ducked behind a boulder, directing her with subtle gestures. The two of them moved as one, instinctively protecting each other. Another scout tried to flank them, but Liam had anticipated the move. He triggered a loose panel, sending a small rock crashing into the alien's path. The dragon girl lunged forward, pinning the scout just long enough for him to retreat. Liam could see the intelligence in her actions. She was no longer just following orders, she was thinking, reacting, and coordinating with him. The bond they had built over the past days had turned them into a team. The aliens were persistent. They regrouped and tried a new tactic, firing small energy nets designed to immobilize the dragon girl. Liam shouted, "Watch the nets." The dragon girl leapt aside just in time, twisting midair to avoid the glowing strands. Liam pushed a boulder down the slope, forcing one scout to stumble, giving them a moment to breathe. The canyon echoed with the sounds of rushing feet, snapping nets, and the dragon girl's low roars. Liam realized that brute force alone would not win this fight. He needed to be clever. He guided the dragon girl through a series of twists and turns in the canyon, each movement designed to confuse the aliens and give them the advantage. Rocks fell at strategic points, and Liam used metal scraps to create small barriers. The dragon girl followed perfectly, dodging attacks and anticipating his signals. One alien fired a high-energy net directly at Liam. He rolled behind a boulder just in time. The dragon girl lunged forward, swiping the device aside and sending the scout stumbling. Liam grinned, whispering, "Good job. You're faster than I imagined." The dragon girl let out a low rumble, almost like a laugh, before crouching low to continue moving. Their coordination was flawless, each aware of the other's presence and intentions. As the battle dragged on, Liam realized the scouts were growing frustrated. They had underestimated the combination of human ingenuity and dragon strength. Liam directed her toward a narrow passage where only one alien could follow at a time. The dragon girl blocked the entrance with her small but strong body, growling fiercely. The scout tried to push past, but Liam triggered a loose rock trap, causing the alien to trip and retreat. Finally, the remaining scouts fled, realizing they could not capture the creature without heavy losses. Liam and the dragon girl stood in the canyon, breathing heavily, muscles tense but victorious. Liam reached out and patted her head gently. "We did it. They won't come back soon," he said. The dragon girl pressed her head against him, a sign of trust and relief. After the encounter, Liam took a moment to examine her for injuries. She had a few scrapes and bruises but nothing serious. He applied a small salve he had prepared and whispered, "You were amazing today. I'm proud of you." The dragon girl gave a soft rumble, staying close to him as he worked. Liam realized that the danger had strengthened their bond. She had learned to rely on him and he had learned to trust her instincts. The alien scouts would return eventually, and there were other threats in the galaxy, but Liam felt confident. Together they were more than just mechanic and dragon girl, they were a team capable of surviving and overcoming danger. The dragon girl's fear had transformed into courage, and Liam's patience and cleverness had shown that humans could protect and guide where others would fail. That night, they rested under the stars, the canyon walls providing shelter. Liam built a small safe space with panels and soft scraps of fabric, leaving the dragon girl free to move. She curled up close, her wings folded neatly and eyes glowing softly. Liam whispered, "Tomorrow we train more. Step by step we'll get stronger together." She let out a soft rumble, a sign she understood. The galaxy was dangerous, but the human mechanic and the dragon girl had survived their first real threat together. They had fought not with overwhelming power, but with trust, intelligence, and coordination. Liam knew the bond they had formed was their greatest weapon, one that no alien could anticipate. Together they were ready for whatever challenge came next. Over the next few days, Liam continued to prepare for new dangers. He built small training exercises to improve her agility and reaction time. The dragon girl learned quickly, dodging, leaping, and testing her growing wings. Liam guided her with gestures, praise, and careful encouragement. Each day she grew more confident and powerful, learning that fear could be replaced with trust and action. One morning, while they practiced a new maneuver, Liam noticed distant shadows moving across the horizon. His heart raced. Another group of scouts was approaching. But this time he was ready. The dragon girl had grown stronger, faster, and smarter. She anticipated his signals, and he had created new traps and strategies from the wreckage. Together they would meet the danger not with fear, but with precision and courage. Liam looked at her and whispered, "We can do this. Together." She pressed her head gently against his side, glowing eyes bright and focused. The bond they had built through patience, trust, and shared danger was stronger than any weapon. The galaxy could bring countless threats, but humans had an edge: ingenuity, courage, and heart. And with that they were ready. The morning sun rose over the rocky plains, casting long shadows across the remnants of the wrecked spaceship. Liam Cross stood with the dragon girl beside him. She had grown noticeably stronger since their first encounter with the alien scouts. Her wings were fuller, her tail more coordinated, and her eyes shone with confidence. Liam smiled. "Today we take the next step," he whispered. She tilted her head, understanding in her gaze. He began with simple exercises to strengthen her wings and legs. Using loose panels and rocks, he created small obstacles and platforms. "Jump from one to the other," he instructed softly, pointing with his hand. The dragon girl hesitated, then leapt carefully. She stumbled slightly, but Liam clapped and cheered softly. "Good. That's it." Her confidence grew with every attempt, and soon she was moving between the platforms with surprising agility. Liam also introduced balance exercises. He placed a long, narrow metal beam across two rocks and motioned for her to walk along it. At first she froze, unsure. Liam kneeled beside her. "Step slowly. I'll be right here," he said. Slowly she put one foot forward, then another, wings slightly extended to help balance. Liam guided her lightly with a hand on her back. By the third attempt, she crossed the beam without hesitation. Liam laughed softly, proud. "You're learning fast," he said. Next, he focused on controlled energy exercises. The dragon girl had small bursts of energy she could release, but she had no control yet. Liam used small targets drawn on the walls and floor with light paint. "Aim at these," he instructed, showing her how to release a controlled burst. At first, she hit nothing, sparks scattering in random directions. Liam remained patient. "Try again. Slow and steady," he said. She concentrated, her glowing eyes narrowing. Finally, a burst hit the target. Liam clapped and said softly, "Excellent. See, you can control it." As the days passed, their bond strengthened further. The dragon girl began anticipating Liam's gestures. When he pointed to a rock, she climbed it. When he tapped on a panel, she moved toward it. She even started nudging his hand when she wanted to try an exercise or needed encouragement. Liam realized she was learning quickly, not just physically but mentally and emotionally. Their partnership had grown beyond care. She was becoming a capable, intelligent ally. One afternoon, Liam decided it was time to test her flight. He led her to a wide open space near the canyon. "Ready?" he asked softly. She hesitated, wings twitching nervously. Liam crouched beside her. "You can do this. I'll be here." With a deep breath, she leapt into the air. Her wings flapped unsteadily, and she wobbled before landing on the rocks below. Liam cheered softly. "Yes. Again." Each attempt grew stronger and more confident. By evening, she managed short, controlled flights, landing gracefully each time. Liam also taught her tactical thinking. Using the rocky terrain, he set up mock threats: loose rocks, small obstacles, and hidden targets. "Move carefully. Think ahead," he instructed. The dragon girl learned to anticipate and react, combining her strength with intelligence. When a mock attack came from behind a panel, she dodged, countered, and struck a target with her energy burst. Liam clapped softly. "Perfect. You're learning strategy." Their growing skill was tested when distant scouts appeared again. Liam spotted their small ships approaching. "Stay close," he whispered. The dragon girl crouched low, wings folded. Liam motioned for her to follow through the canyon. This time she reacted instantly, dodging and leaping with precision. Liam triggered small traps he had prepared, and the dragon girl coordinated perfectly with him. They moved as a single unit, each action complementing the other. The scouts were caught off guard. Their attacks missed, their nets fell to the ground, and their movements became disorganized. The dragon girl blocked and countered when necessary, while Liam guided her with subtle gestures. The alien observers could not believe what they saw: a human and a dragon girl working seamlessly together, overcoming threats with intelligence, strategy, and courage. After the encounter, Liam checked her for injuries. She had a few scratches but nothing serious. He applied a small salve and whispered, "You did amazing today. You're stronger and smarter now." The dragon girl rumbled softly, pressing her head against him. Liam realized that her growth was not just physical. She had learned trust, strategy, and control. She was no longer the frightened, helpless creature he had found. Over the next few days, they continued to train and strengthen their bond. The dragon girl learned new maneuvers, faster flight, and better control of her energy bursts. She even began experimenting, testing her limits under Liam's watchful eye. Liam continued to teach patience, calmness, and thinking ahead. Each day brought improvements and a deeper understanding between them. One evening, as the twin suns set, Liam and the dragon girl sat on a high ridge overlooking the canyon. She had mastered several exercises and controlled her bursts with precision. Her wings gleamed in the sunlight, and her eyes glowed brightly with intelligence and confidence. Liam whispered softly, "You've come so far. You're ready for anything now." The dragon girl nudged his hand gently, a gesture of trust and gratitude. The transformation was clear. The dragon girl was no longer terrified and fragile. She was powerful, confident, and capable of defending herself. More importantly, she had learned to trust a human completely, and Liam had gained an extraordinary ally. Their partnership was a combination of strength, intelligence, and heart, a team unlike any other in the galaxy. That night, they rested under the stars, the canyon walls sheltering them from the wind. Liam built a small, comfortable sleeping space, and the dragon girl curled beside him, wings folded neatly. Liam whispered, "Tomorrow we explore more. Step by step we'll face the galaxy together." The dragon girl rumbled softly, a sound full of understanding and resolve. Through patience, trust, and training, the dragon girl had transformed. From a scared, fragile creature, she had become a strong, intelligent partner, ready to face any danger with Liam by her side. Together, they had proven that the combination of human ingenuity, care, and courage could change not just a life, but the course of survival itself. The morning sun rose over the desert canyon, casting golden light across the rocky terrain. Liam Cross stood beside the dragon girl, now fully grown for her age, wings strong and scales gleaming. She stretched and flapped gently, testing her strength. Liam smiled, proud of how far she had come. The galaxy was vast and dangerous, but together they had become a team capable of facing anything. Liam had prepared a small pack with supplies for their journey. "Today we leave this place," he said softly. The dragon girl tilted her head, glowing eyes bright with curiosity and trust. She had learned to fly short distances, control her energy bursts, and navigate tricky terrain. But more importantly, she had learned to rely on Liam, and he had learned to rely on her. Their bond was no longer fragile, it was strong and unbreakable. As they moved through the canyon, distant shadows caught Liam's attention. He spotted alien scouts in the distance, observing from a safe distance. He crouched beside the dragon girl. "Stay calm," he whispered. She pressed against him, wings folding. Liam motioned for her to stay low. The scouts were cautious, unsure if the pair was dangerous. But Liam knew they could not run forever. It was time to show them what humans could do. Liam led the dragon girl through a series of twists and turns in the canyon, carefully avoiding direct confrontation while keeping the scouts disoriented. When one of the scouts tried to advance, the dragon girl leapt into action, swiping the alien aside with precision. Liam used loose rocks to create small obstacles, slowing the group down. Their teamwork was seamless. Every movement was anticipated, every action calculated. After a tense encounter, the scouts retreated. Liam and the dragon girl stood together, breathing heavily but unafraid. "We did it," Liam said softly. She pressed her head against him in acknowledgement, a sign of trust and loyalty. They had survived repeated threats and emerged stronger, proving that patience, courage, and intelligence were more powerful than brute force alone. With the immediate danger gone, Liam and the dragon girl set out across the desert, exploring areas where few humans had ever ventured. Liam taught her to read subtle signs in the terrain, wind patterns, shadows, and faint tracks of other creatures. She was quick to learn, adapting her instincts to the new information. Every day she became more confident, not just in her strength but in her ability to think and act independently. One day they discovered a small oasis hidden between rocky cliffs. Liam led her to the water, and she drank cautiously at first, then eagerly. He laughed softly. "See? You're safe here," he said. The dragon girl rumbled happily, flapping her wings in excitement. Liam realized that moments like these were just as important as any training or battle. They built small shelters from rocks and scraps, creating a safe place where they could rest and plan. As the days passed, their bond grew even stronger. The dragon girl began experimenting with her abilities, practicing flight and energy control without Liam's constant guidance. She would circle above him, swooping and landing with precision, then nuzzle his hand in a silent thank you. Liam watched, amazed at her intelligence and adaptability. She was no longer a frightened, lost creature. She was a capable, confident being with a strong connection to him. Word of their survival and strength began to spread across the region. Alien observers noted the unusual partnership, whispering among themselves about the human who had nurtured and trained a rare dragon girl. Liam realized that humans had an edge that others often overlooked: empathy, patience, and ingenuity. He had proven that trust and understanding could create allies stronger than any weapon. One evening, as twin suns set, Liam and the dragon girl perched atop a high ridge, overlooking the vast desert. She stretched her wings fully, glowing softly in the fading light. Liam whispered, "You're ready? You can face the galaxy now." She rumbled in response, her eyes reflecting intelligence and confidence. For the first time since he found her, Liam felt that their journey was not just about survival, it was about exploring the universe together. The next morning they continued their journey. Liam pointed out distant structures and patterns, teaching her to recognize signs of other life forms and potential dangers. She learned quickly, her instincts enhanced by his guidance. Together they navigated rocky passes, crossed shallow rivers, and avoided hidden threats. Their movements were precise, coordinated, and instinctive. As they approached the edge of the desert, Liam spotted a faint smoke in the distance. Curious and cautious, he led the dragon girl closer. They discovered a small alien settlement, abandoned but intact. Liam examined the structures carefully, noting ways they could use them for shelter if needed. The dragon girl explored alongside him, flapping her wings and leaping with excitement. Liam laughed softly. "You've come a long way," he said. That night they camped near the settlement. Liam built a small fire and prepared a simple meal. The dragon girl sat nearby, watching intently, wings folded. He spoke softly about their journey, about trust, courage, and growth. She listened, glowing softly in the firelight. Liam realized that teaching her had changed him as well. He had learned patience, empathy, and the true value of partnership. The following days were filled with exploration and training. The dragon girl grew stronger, her flight longer, and her energy bursts more controlled. Liam continued to guide her, but he also let her make decisions and learn from her choices. Their bond deepened, built on mutual respect and trust. Together, they were a team capable of facing any challenge the galaxy could offer. Eventually, they reached a high cliff overlooking a vast valley. Liam looked at her and whispered, "This is your world now. You can go anywhere, do anything. But if you choose, we go together." The dragon girl flapped her wings, circling above him, then landed gently beside him. She pressed her head against his shoulder, a sign of loyalty and trust. Liam smiled, feeling the weight of their journey and the promise of what lay ahead. From that day on, Liam and the dragon girl explored the galaxy together. They faced new dangers, discovered hidden places, and met beings of all kinds. Each challenge strengthened their bond, proving that humans had an edge: courage, intelligence, and the ability to form connections that others underestimated. The dragon girl, once lost and terrified, was now a symbol of strength, trust, and the power of human care. Their story became a legend in the region. Aliens and humans alike spoke of the human mechanic who found a lost dragon girl and changed her life. But for Liam and the dragon girl, it was never about fame. It was about trust, partnership, and facing the universe together. As they soared over valleys, rivers, and alien landscapes, Liam whispered softly, "This is just the beginning. Whatever comes next, we'll face it, together." The twin suns set behind them, casting golden light across the horizon. The dragon girl flapped her wings, glowing softly, while Liam walked beside her, tools in hand, ready for the next adventure. In the vast galaxy, humans could rise above fear and danger with courage, intelligence, and heart. And together, Liam and the dragon girl had proven it.